as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, the European Union has condemned Israel's attack on the Nasser Hospital in the Gaza Strip, calling it completely unacceptable. The deadly airstrike, which occurred on Monday, killed at least 20 people, including 5 journalists. Let's listen in to what EU spokesperson has said.
The killing of 5 journalists, 4 health workers and a number of civilians in Gaza yesterday by an Israeli strike which targeted the Nasser Hospital, leaving at least 20 people killed, is completely unacceptable. Civilians and journalists must be protected under international law. There have been too many fatalities in this conflict. It must end now. Civilians in Gaza have been suffering for far too long and far too much, and it is time to break the cycle of violence and of suffering. We reiterate our call on Israel to respect international humanitarian law and to ensure that these attacks are investigated, noting the statement by the Israeli authorities that a thorough investigation will be conducted.
Now, for this discussion, we go back to our guest, Roxana Levinson. She's a journalist of Israel Diario. Joins us live from Israel. Thank you, Roxana, for staying with us. Now, what implications might the EU's condemnation of the recent attacks have on its diplomatic relations with Israel?
Well, Israel is still investigating what really happened in Khan Younis, in Nasser Hospital. We don't know, we don't have publicly all the details. I can tell you what the army released, what we do know. The army's investigation is set to include the question who approved the attack, the strike, besides the division commander, which is not a senior officer as we know. This kind of attacks on sensitive places as a hospital requires the approval of even of the chief of staff. And then is being investigated how the decision was made and how on the ground it happened. What the Israeli army said this morning is also that among the people killed at Nasser Hospital, there were some terrorists of Hamas that it's now known for certain that they belong to Hamas. The Israeli army has all the personal details of these terrorists of Hamas that were operating in Nasser Hospital. And we know also that because some hostages that were released told when they came back to Israel that they were held in Nasser Hospital, that they were taken to the hospital in ambulances, hidden in ambulances, and held there in the Nasser Hospital, and that also other hospitals like Shifa were used as a command and control center by Hamas. Anyway, the chief of staff, Eyal Samir, ordered an immediate and complete investigation to understand really what happened, and the spokesperson of the army said that the IDF don't attack intentionally and planned civilians. They don't target civilians.
And Roxana, do you see now, going back to our previous discussion, do you still see a realistic path where internal dissent could alter the trajectory of the current Israeli military strategy?
I really and unfortunately don't see that. Even though the Prime Minister Netanyahu has been in a kind of zigzag, especially the last days, saying that he already gave the green light to the operation, the major operation, military operation in Gaza City, and at the same time saying that he will send the negotiations team to nobody knows where, because it's not anymore Doha or Cairo. So he's saying one thing and the contrary at the same time, and nobody knows really what's going to happen, and especially the families of the hostages are really confused, and are really desperate. So we don't know. We see that the army is making all the preparation and calling the reservists, thousands of reservists, and at the same time, the chief of the army is saying that they don't agree, that now the agreement is on the table to release hostages, and then after that, maybe we will come back to war or not, but now is the time to release hostages and finish the war.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Roxana Levinson, for joining us and sharing your insight as a journalist from Israel. Thank you very much. Now we move on